Alright, third video for the day, which is the second one that you'll get to see. Release view. So the following deliverables have been added to the release view. Canvas sliced ship HUDs. So updating all ship HUDs to use the new canvas slice system, providing an improved layout that maximizes the screen real estate and provides more information and depth to pilots. So this is listed as a canvas slice. Here it is here. So this is listed as 3.14, which is really, really good because it was supposed to come in 3.13. They said it just missed it. But updating all ship HUDs to use the new canvas system to providing an improvement. Okay, they really just copy and pasted that, didn't they? But at the end of the day, this is the new HUD where, for example, Aegis and all these different systems, different ships, will have different systems. They'll have a compass. They'll have maybe some sort of GPS coordinates. They'll have, like a different loadout that'll tell you the ground distance instead of, sea level or whatever it may be. You actually get to see it here. They've actually shown this off before. They showed it off inside Star Citizen. It looks really, really good. It looks really, really great. And apparently every ship is going to get a slightly different rework. So we're not sure how many we're going to get in 3.14. But yeah.
Hold on real quick. The thing that we're getting in 3.14 is not going to be the separate, the manufacturer, the design, the type. This is just a rework for the general, like HUD that we're probably going to see in all of the ships. It's just a remake of the general
I don't think they would
ship
do
HUD.
that.
I mean, yeah, I
That
think
that
they
would be
actually would.
that would be a waste of time because at the end of the day, you tell me a ship brand that doesn't actually have a brand attached to it. You tell me a generic ship brand that is not Aegis, Origin, sorry, Aegis, Anvil. You tell me one ship that doesn't fit any of those major brands.
Argo,
Argo's a brand.
just just barely though.
But it's a brand, right? Argo will most likely, if they're going to put out a brand, a new ship HUD for every brand, which is what they said, I believe, at the time, then at the end of the day, why would they go through and do a general ship HUD that is not going to be used by any ship?
Well, I mean, it's going to be used by on every ship for the time of being until they can get the distinct individual HUDs completed.
I don't think so. I think what they've been doing in the background is they've been working on these different views for the different manufacturers, and what we're actually going to get is one or more of these manufacturers. So we might.
So,
Sorry.
I mean, if you just read the description of it, it says updating all ship HUDs to use the new canvas device
Yep.
system,
So that's
which
why I think
means
we're going to get all the new ship HUDs. That's what I read that as. Look, well, obviously we'll find out soon enough, right? But at the end of the day, to me, that means that they've gone through, they've done it. You got to remember, right? That these ship HUDs, they're not going to be radically different from everyone, right? They're all going to have a compass. They're all going to have an EM signature. They're all going to have a distance and all that sort of stuff, right? But what might happen is that Aegis has a different logo to boot up than maybe Orison, or maybe there might be a different color or something that may be between Origin, and Aegis. So yes, that will take time to make the different slice, but generally they're going to stay the same sort of information, maybe in a different spot, but maybe even in the same spot. So for them to go through and to make 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different brands, it really wouldn't take that much time at all. Look, I might be wrong on this. You might be right. But to me, the way I would see this, and the way I would hope that CIG is doing this, is they're not wasting time developing a HUD that is only going to be used for 3 months while they bring out the new ship HUD for all the different ship designs.
At the moment, we don't know when the other HUDs are going to come out.
I think it's coming out in 3.14. That's why I reckon it missed 3.13. Because they were still working on the other ship designs. We've already seen the Aegis one. We know exactly how the Aegis one looks. So it's not like we're just going to get that, because otherwise it would have came out in 3.13, right? So at the end of the day, to me, this looks like they've been working behind the scenes. They've had another 3 months on what they were already going to have to go through and do these different ship designs, these different manufacturers. So, for example, like I say, it might all have the same screen for the new design for each ship, but Origin might be blue. Maybe Aegis might be green. You know, RSI might be red. It might be a different logo or a different startup sequence. You know, Aegis might, like, it had that sort of holographic look. Maybe RSI will sort of like do a wipe instead of like flickering the lights and showing the data or whatever it may be. Like, there may be just a different startup sequence. We don't know. But they're still going to have the general same information on there. It really wouldn't take that long to make different ship manufacturers. That's my thought anyway. But we'll see. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. But do we want to talk about what you've been told, possibly, about this patch coming out? Because that sort of leads me into that at the end of the day, this is what they maybe mean.
Honestly, I don't remember.
You're saying that the patch is going to be, it's going to have a, so what did you say here? I was informed that this patch is bringing in some major changes.
That was for the roadmap update. Not for this.
But that is a major change that's been brought into the roadmap. New ship HUDs.
Well, I guess.
Alright, let's keep going with the roadmap. Power management version 2. Rebalancing the existing power system to power system and integrating capacitors into it. Players will now have the ability to manage the amount of extra energy that goes into thrusters, weapons, and shields, making critical decisions on distribution of energy in order to defend, attack, or pursue or evade. What this basically means is that when you're flying along, someone's shooting at you, you're going to have an emergency burst to replace your shield or to put into weapons or whatever it may be. Or if you're like me and you blow yourself up regularly when mining, YouTube videos are great for this. Obviously, I'll be able to emergency bunch all the power into the shields to maybe stop me from getting blown up when I'm mining, because someone keeps overloading rocks.
I did not know you could blow up rocks by just shooting them, alright?
Oh yeah, and Ferrets blows up rocks by shooting at them when you're trying to mine them too. Reason
I didn't know that.
Reason 458, white ferrets will get shot in Star Citizen one day.
And you didn't know it either, alright?
That's true.
Settle down.
That's true, I didn't. And I reckon the only reason you affected that rock was because it was already overloaded. It was already damaged. The way I think they've done the overloading status on rocks is that if a rock is between a certain damage level, then at the end of the day, it breaks and shatters. But if it goes beyond a certain point, that's when the rock blows up. What I think happened is that you shooting at a rock normally doesn't give it enough energy to blow up, but because the rock was overloaded already and was cooling down, your energy was enough to push it into the exploding phase. Understand?
Cool. Not really, but all right.
Okay, cool. The following deliverables have been successfully passed their final review. For this reason, we have updated the label on these to committed. So, Power Management version 2, Canvas Slice ships for HUDs, Lawrence System Surrender 2, Radar Scanning and Pinging, Missile Operator Mode, and Missile Guidance and Control Rework. That could be Dumbfire as well. It looks like we're already getting into the fact that they're already sort of wrapping up for the Ivocati patch.
Maybe.
So if you look at the roadmap and you have a look, things like, for example, here, so I will just expand all. Tentative is still listed as obviously as Orison and Zero's loading zone. Gameplay is committed for obviously power management, radar and missile rework, missile operator, Lawrence System 2. Committed is the Canvas Slice. The other tentative is the RSI Constellation and planetary volumetric clouds. There is only 3 things on this roadmap that aren't listed as committed already for 3.14.
No.
So that to me is looking like the patch for Ivocati is actually really, really almost even ready to go now. I would say they're going to wait for Crusader, but if they get Crusader done within the next 10 days, I would expect a patch around then. I would expect a patch in about a week and a half. Probably the 14th, I would say. 14th of June. Thoughts and opinions?
Maybe. If I find out any more, I will let you know.
You won't let me know? Fantastic.
I said I will let you know.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't going to let me know. But yeah, I thought you were just being silly. But at the end of the day, guys, obviously, I would say we're looking at Ivocati on the 14th of June. 15th of June, maybe, because that might be their Tuesday. That'll be their Monday. That'll be my Tuesday. But as for this, sorry, what?
I just remembered something.
Right,
so
yes.
It's about our good friend.
We want to make a 4th video.
It's about our good friend.
No,
I mean it's gonna be quick.
Okay.
I sent you a DM.
Mm-hmm.
You know how every time Hater keeps on saying that if the 400i doesn't come out on this X patch, then he's gonna eat a pair of socks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
CIG has delivered upon his request.
Oh. Really?
Yes.
Is that actually?
Apparently CIG.
Is that actually on the roadmap though? I'm gonna have to double check this. Or is it a joke? Do you think?
I'm looking right now.
I might have to fake news you.
Fake news me? Lies.
I'm gonna have to fake news you. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a funny meme. I'm gonna fake news you. It's not on the roadmap.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm fake newsing you. I'm sorry.
It is pretty funny. Come on.
It is. Definitely funny. CIG, if you do get the chance, please do this. I would actually say that Hater eating socks is actually something that should be on the actual roadmap. not just eating socks. But
I mean, the thing should have gave it away. The fact that it takes 57 weeks for the duration, that was a huge giveaway. Come on.
he's now claiming he knew all along. Anyway. So, what we've learnt today, ferrets is fake news, and at the end of the day, Hater doesn't have to eat socks just yet. Although, technically, he should be eating lots of socks, right? How many patches has he been saying it's the 400i is coming out in? It's been a few. It's been like 2 or 3
That's a
patches.
good question.
Don't forget the 0.1 patches too. He's chowing down 5 or 6 pairs of socks by this stage.
Let me try to think real quick. It all started 3.11, 10 or 11.
Something like that, yeah.
So 11,
12, 12.1, 13, 13.1. He's got to be chowing down 5 or 6 pairs by now.
at least 5 pairs, I think.
Maybe we should go through and we could send Hader a pair of socks in the mail with a sign. Here's some socks for you to eat after the 400i was not released.
Yeah. Apparently, the latest of rumors is it's coming out in 3.14 as a straight to viable ship alongside the G12
Right.
ground rover.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally believe
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We shall
Yeah.
see.
To be honest, look, I would think I think it's time that we could probably say now. My theory was that when I saw the 404 April Fool's Day mission or the April Fool's Day plane, my first thought was that's the components that he pulled for the 400i.
I mean, the thing is that the one thing that the leaks is not that I'm mentioning is the fact that as of 3.13.1, the files that have been relating to the 400i have long since been removed.
And they would like, I don't know if they would need it in there for the patch for them to do recordings, but maybe like if you look at the components on the 400 the 400i and you look at the size of that ship that was there for the 404 not found, I would say what it is they've had to upscale the components so that they can get the plane to fly, and what they've actually recorded for the 404 not found is what Hader is thinking is the 400i. I would say that's what it was. It was part of the April Fool's Day. I don't think it's a ship that's possibly coming out anytime soon. Look, does the 400i exist? Maybe. Will it come out someday? Maybe. But I really don't think it's coming out in 3.14. And, at the end of the day, it's getting beyond the point now. Like, they're actually even putting out memes about this now. Like, you got to admit that, like, by this stage, Hader has to have lost all credibility when it comes to the 400i. People are still sitting there going, where's my 400i? Dude, it ain't coming out. We tried to tell you it was not the 400i when we saw the initial components. Now, I thought it was maybe the C2, and actually we could probably check that in an episode. I don't know what the components are for the C2, but that's what we originally thought it was, more for that than anything. But I reckon it's for something like the C2, or it's for something like, for example, the 404 not found. And they're just using it in the game to A, shit on the leaks and the data miners a little bit, and B, because they also wanted it in game so they can do some recordings, so they can go through and use it for the video, for the B-roll footage. But I don't know. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you holding out for the 400i, or are you like me, sitting back laughing your ass off about the Star Citizen leaks, jumping through gymnastics or mental gymnastics, trying to justify why the 400i is still not out yet after it's been almost 6 or 9 months? Hi, hater. Yeah, dickhead. Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, anything you want to say, Fez, before we leave? Besides bye?
Bye.
just that, bye. No worries. We might even try and send haters some socks in the mail. Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, have a great night, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.